7 tutorial of our Django series. So like in the previous tutorial, I showed you how you can work with the front end part of your application, how you can use Django template engine. So this tutorial is going to be very interesting. We are going to work with images on this tutorial. So I will tell you how you can work with images within Django. So this is going to be a very interesting tutorial. So let's get started with this. So first thing I need to do, you need to move to your settings.py file. So I'll move to settings.py file, and inside my settings.py file, what you need to do, you need to define a static URL which is going to be static, and you need to define static files directory is equal to os.path.join base directory with the static folder. So what here I'm actually mentioning that I've made a static folder, and here it is, and inside my static folder I have two images, django.png and python.png. so I would be using these two images, and what I'm going to show you what you need to do. So this is the static folder which I'm referring, which I also showed you into VS Code. I'm showing here for a better experience for view for it. And inside my static folder I have two images, one is Django and another is Python. So I'm referring to this particular static folder, and to refer this particular static folder you need to move into your settings.py file, and you need to define this heading, sorry, this piece of code. Okay, so first I'll create a route. So I'll move to my urls.py file, and I am going to define path my image page. Okay, and I'm going to define a views dot my image page, and I'll give this a name is equal to my image page. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, now my image page, I've defined my image page here. Okay, and I'll define a function inside my views, my image page, and I have given a name here, it is on my image page also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to define a view. Okay, I'll define a view, define my image page which takes request as a parameter. Good. And it will return and render an HTML page request, and that name is going to be image page dot html. So this is pretty fine. Okay, the server has been reloaded. Okay, so this looks pretty fine till now. And inside my templates folder I'll create a new template. I'll click here, new file, image page dot html. Okay, this is fine now. Okay, now to create an image page.html, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take any of the pages here. Okay, and I'll copy this quickly. Okay, now what you need to do, I'll define this as okay, sorry for this. I'll define this as, you can define any name, image page. Okay, so, and what you need to do, I'll open this text file. So this is the syntax how you can load an static image. So what you need to define, you need to define %load static inside your build template. So below this line I'll define %load static, %load static, and I'll refer to this image. Okay, I'll remove this. Okay, from here what I'm going to tell you that this is the bootstrap, and here what you need to do, you will learn about images. So here I'll type images. So this is the responsive class of bootstrap we are going to use, which will help us to make our image responsive. So this is going to be very interesting. So what you can do, you can define div class is equal to container fluid. Okay, and what I'm going to do next, I'll define a row we will be learning Bootstrap in the upcoming lectures as well. So this I'll give a short idea how you can create a responsive page. So this is going to be interesting. Div class is equal to row, and inside a row I have a container, then a row inside my container, then inside my row I have a column. Div class is equal to call md6. Okay, now I'm going to quickly copy this. So how you can use this class? So this class image fluid refers to the responsive CSS which has been already written inside the Bootstrap to make our image responsive on multiple devices. And to define the image source, I'll use a curly brace, then percent sign, then again a percent sign, and inside my percent sign I'll give space static, and I'll define the image name using single quotes. So let me define Django.png. So this looks pretty fine here, Django.png, and you can give any name here. Okay, so I'll just close the server, then restart my server. Okay, the server has started and I have no issue here. So I'll go to my localhost. Yeah, it's running, and I'll give my image page. Okay, so this is throwing me an error which says the current path. Okay, let me check my URL. Oh, I didn't save this. Okay, yes, now it's working. Yeah, here you can see. So you can see the image has been successfully loaded. So this looks pretty good. You can also use in your HTML page, what you can do, you can also use python.png. So this also works. So this looks pretty fine. And now what I'm going to show you, Django.png. So I'll move to Django.png, and so I'll give you a brief intro. So now you'll right click on this and click inspect, and when you click on inspect, so this is a container fluid, then this is a row. Inside there is a column of width medium 6, that on the medium devices it will have a width of 6. The Bootstrap has a total width of 12, so we're going to learn that. And this image source is this particular image. So we can play with the inspector tools. What we can do, we can use background is equal to red. Let me sorry for this. Okay, like this is our row, so I'll type background is equal to red. Now you can see a row which was also equivalent to the container fluid has a background red. And what we can do, this is a column, we'll align this image in the center and type margin 0 auto. Okay, so now you can see the image has been aligned into the center. So let me check. Okay, there might be some not exactly, but might be some issue, but we'll rectify this in the upcoming lecture how we can resolve this. So now the point is, when I move to a different devices, since I had used image fluid as a class, I move to Galaxy S5. You can see the navbar collapses itself and the image is being responsive. I can move to iPhone X, image being responsive. So this is going to be very helpful in the responsive design than iPhone 5. And I close this, and the best part is when I refresh this page, it's all gone. So because that was temporary, to make this permanent, you need to define the CSS in your HTML page, and I'll define as margin 0 auto. Okay, so when I go to this page, refresh, now this is permanent. So this is pretty cool. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to work with the images, so that would really help you. So guys, thank you so much. So you can go to our repository, have a look at the source code, and next tutorial we are also going to work with the images. Then we will also try in the next tutorial how we can work. First I will let you know about the Bootstrap, how we can work with the Bootstrap and using images. Then we are going to use the if-else logic, how we can render multiple images on a single page using an if-else logic. So that's going to be very interesting, guys. I'll catch up in the next lecture. Thank you guys, thank you so much.